Ancient Egypt was a land where every detail, every object, and symbol held deep meaning and significance. In this country, surrounded by deserts and nourished by the Nile, the lotus flower became not just a plant but a true symbol of life, strength, and spiritual rebirth. Let's dive into the mysterious world of the ancient Egyptians and discover why the lotus flower was so important to them and how its power can still influence us today. The Egyptian lotus is not only a beautiful flower but also a symbol embodying the eternal cycle of life, death, and rebirth. Egyptians believed that the lotus represented the idea of endless renewal, as it blooms at dawn and closes at dusk, symbolizing regeneration and new life. This flower inspired the Egyptians to create numerous myths and legends where the lotus played a crucial role. In ancient Egyptian mythology, the lotus was connected to deities who governed life and death. For example, the sun god Ra was often depicted emerging from a lotus flower, symbolizing his rebirth each morning. This image emphasized the importance of the lotus as a source of life and light, linking it to the very essence of existence. The lotus also played a significant role in religious rituals and ceremonies. It was used in various ceremonies dedicated to the gods and pharaohs. Lotuses were offered to deities in hopes of receiving their favor and protection. In temples and sanctuaries, images of the lotus were ubiquitous, testifying to its sacred status and importance in the spiritual life of the Egyptians. The lotus was not only a religious symbol but also a key element in the lives of the pharaohs. It symbolized the purity of their intentions, their connection to the gods, and their ability to rule the country righteously. Many pharaohs wore jewelry adorned with lotus designs to highlight their divine nature and wisdom in making decisions. Pharaohs, like all Egyptians, believed that the lotus had magical powers that could influence the mind and soul. In certain rituals, pharaohs used the lotus to achieve inner balance and harmony. Meditation with the lotus helped them focus their thoughts and find answers to important questions they faced. In the everyday lives of Egyptians, the lotus also held a special place. Its flowers and leaves were used to create aromatic oils and incense, which were used not only in rituals but also in daily life. The lotus was a symbol of purity and freshness, so it was often used to decorate homes and temples, as well as for cosmetic purposes. The lotus held a special place in the art and architecture of ancient Egypt. Its elegant forms and symmetry inspired artists and architects to create magnificent works. The columns in temples were often adorned with lotus motifs, symbolizing the connection between heaven and earth, between the spiritual and material worlds. The lotus was also used in jewelry and adornments. Gold and silver jewelry featuring lotus designs were not only beautiful but also carried deep symbolic meaning. They were considered amulets that brought luck, protection, and spiritual renewal. Such jewelry was worn not only by pharaohs and nobility but also by ordinary people who believed in the magical power of this flower. In ancient Egyptian medicine, the lotus was also utilized. Egyptian healers knew about the lotus's healing properties and used it to treat various ailments. Lotus oils and extracts were applied to rejuvenate the skin, heal wounds, and reduce inflammation. This knowledge was passed down from generation to generation, preserving the legacy of Egyptian medicine. In cosmetics, the lotus was one of the main ingredients. Women added lotus extracts to their beauty products to maintain youth and beauty. The lotus was considered a symbol of eternal youth, and its use in cosmetics was meant to highlight this quality. Women believed that the lotus granted them not only external beauty, but also inner harmony. The lotus was also reflected in Egyptian literature and poetry. Poets praised its beauty and power, comparing it to the human soul, which, despite all difficulties and obstacles, strives for light and life. The lotus became a symbol of inner strength and spiritual growth, embodying the human aspiration to achieve harmony and perfection. The Egyptian lotus continues to influence modern art and culture. Its image can be found in contemporary works of art, interior design, and even fashion. The lotus has become a universal symbol associated with spiritual growth, purity, and rebirth. In modern yoga and meditation practices, the lotus also holds a special place. Its image is used as a symbol of inner growth and the quest for harmony. Practices involving the lotus help people focus on their inner world, clear their minds, and find balance in life. The lotus reminds us that even in the most challenging moments, we must strive for light and never lose faith in ourselves. The lotus as a symbol of spiritual rebirth holds particular significance in modern psychology. Its image helps people cope with life's difficulties, overcome crises, and find new strength to move forward. The lotus teaches us that, despite all obstacles, we can be reborn and achieve our goals. Today, the lotus continues to inspire people around the world. Its image is used in various spiritual practices, helping people find inner peace and harmony. The lotus reminds us of the importance of spiritual growth, self-awareness, and the constant pursuit of excellence. The lotus has also become a symbol of the environmental movement. Its ability to purify water and grow in the most unfavorable conditions inspires people to preserve nature and protect the environment. The lotus reminds us that nature is the source of life and that we must take care of it. In conclusion, the lotus is not just a flower. It is a symbol that embodies profound wisdom, strength, and spirituality. The lotus teaches us that even in the most difficult moments of life, we must maintain inner purity and strive for light. It reminds us that each of us has the power for rebirth and spiritual growth. The lotus has been and continues to be a source of inspiration for people of all times and cultures. Its image helps us find balance in life, achieve inner harmony, and attain spiritual perfection. In today's world, full of stress and worries, the lotus reminds us of the importance of spiritual growth and self-discovery. The lotus is a symbol that has passed through the ages and retained its significance to this day. Its power and wisdom continue to inspire people around the world, helping them find a path to light and harmony. The lotus reminds us that despite all difficulties and obstacles, we can be reborn and find new life, filled with meaning and spiritual strength. Dear viewers, if you enjoyed our journey into the world of the lotus and want to learn more about the secrets and symbols of ancient Egypt, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Give this video a thumbs up and leave your comments. Your feedback is important to us. There is much more interesting content ahead, and we are excited to share this knowledge with you.